Some legends roam the skies, others prowl the oceans, and some burrow beneath our very feet, hiding wonder just below the surface of the ordinary. Today, we won't just meet a creature. We'll meet a dream sculpted by dust and magic. A living secret whispered through the soil of forgotten lands. You won't find it in busy cities. You won't spot it in crowded zoos. You have to dig deep, in the earth, in your wonder, in yourself. Welcome, PetNomaderz. Here, we don't just chase creatures. We chase the lost songs of nature, the whispers that never needed to roar. We wander where roots outnumber roads, where footprints are hidden, where the smallest heartbeats echo louder than sirens. Today, we dig where few dare, and what we uncover may just change how you see the world forever. Today, we meet the Pink Fairy Armadillo, the gentlest mystery ever crafted by the dust. There are places where the land breathes differently. The Great Plains of central Argentina, where sand and grass twist together under endless blue skies, where the ground crumbles into gold under the sun's kiss, and where the nights hum with a silence older than memory. It is here, under this forgotten quilt of earth and shadow, that one of nature's smallest miracles digs its invisible paths. The Pink Fairy Armadillo. First whispers. For centuries, the indigenous peoples of Argentina spoke of a creature that wore the color of twilight, that vanished into the earth faster than any storm. That was neither quite real nor quite myth. A creature so delicate, so unlikely, that many doubted it could even exist. Early naturalists called it a living fossil, a being that defied categorization, part armor, part cloud, part secret. And when the world finally caught a fleeting glimpse, it hardly believed its own eyes. A creature of contradictions. The Pink Fairy Armadillo is a paradox in a shell. Rough on the outside, delicate within. Resilient against harsh deserts, vulnerable to the gentlest touch. Almost invisible to the modern world, yet unforgettable once seen. Measuring barely 13 centimeters in length, small enough to fit in a human hand. This tiny armored fairy flutters through the sand, not with wings, but with shoveling paws, sculpting labyrinths beneath the earth. Its back is covered by a thin, flexible shell of pink keratin, beneath which run a delicate network of blood vessels, giving it the hue of a soft sunset. Its body, covered in silky white fur, is warm and vibrant against the cool soil. Its claws, massive compared to its body, are not weapons, but tools, chiseling tunnels, crafting escape routes, building secret kingdoms invisible to the careless eye that dance with the earth. The Pink Fairy doesn't walk across the land. It swims through it, paddling through loose sand as easily as a fish glides through water. It disappears within seconds. A blink, a puff of dust, a ripple across the soil. It lives most of its life underground, surfacing only rarely, often in the hush of twilight. Even then, its appearance is so fleeting, so ethereal, that many researchers spend their entire careers without seeing one alive. The Pink Fairy Armadillo isn't hiding because it's afraid. It's hiding because it belongs somewhere deeper, somewhere the noise of human ambition cannot reach. A glimpse of a living dream. Finding a Pink Fairy Armadillo in the wild is not like spotting a tiger in the jungle or an eagle in the sky. It is like witnessing a heartbeat in the soil, a sigh of the ancient world, a fleeting handshake with the earth's own imagination. It is rare, it is precious, it is sacred. And it reminds us, not everything meant to be seen needs to shout to be real. Some things are born to be whispers, some legends bloom in silence, and some dreams dig their way quietly through dust and time. Not all engineers wear helmets. Some wear pink shells and dreams stitched to their backs. Beneath the golden skin of Argentina's deserts, the Pink Fairy Armadillo is sculpting worlds invisible to human eyes, crafting tunnels, cities, and lifelines with tiny, tireless claws. They are not conquerors. They are caretakers of the hidden earth. The great underground ballet. While the desert above scorches under an unforgiving sun, the Pink Fairy dances below. in cool tunnels woven from instinct and ancient wisdom. With shovel-like foreclaws, disproportionately large compared to their bodies, they dig at astonishing speeds. In moments of danger, they can vanish underground in less than a minute, a magic trick of dust and silence. Their compact aerodynamic bodies are perfectly built for this purpose, streamlined for sand swimming, tiny eyes, because vision isn't necessary underground. Short, strong legs, close to the body for maximum digging force. Each movement through the earth is efficient. Each burrow carved is a silent song of survival. Homes in the hollow. The Pink Fairy Armadillo doesn't just dig to escape. It digs to live. Its tunnels serve many purposes. Shelter from extreme desert heat during the day. Protection from predators, like foxes and wild dogs. Secret pathways to food sources buried beneath the sand. Inside their hidden homes, temperatures remain more stable, offering life where death would otherwise reign. In a world of shifting sands and fierce sun, their architecture is the difference between life and oblivion. The delicate balancing act. Unlike some burrowing animals that tear through the earth with brute strength, the Pink Fairy Armadillo digs delicately. It must maintain just enough looseness for easy movement, just enough compactness to avoid cave-ins, too much disturbance, and tunnels collapse. Too little, and oxygen starves. They balance on a knife's edge, an unspoken geometry of dust and breath. Their pink dorsal shell, though thin, provides structure. It helps regulate their body temperature underground, absorbing or releasing heat depending on the soil's mood. They are, in every sense, living, breathing architecture. The solitary architect's Pink Fairy Armadillos are solitary beings. Each crafts its own realm, a personal labyrinth beneath the careless boots of the surface world. They rarely meet others outside of mating seasons, and when they do, it's often brief, a meeting of dreams drifting past one another. In solitude, they shape empires made not of stone, but of patience. A diet of roots and rain. Their secret cities sustain them. Feeding almost exclusively underground, they forage for roots, tubers, insects hiding in the soil. Moisture from plant material allows them to survive long dry seasons, rarely needing to surface for direct water. In times of extreme drought, they may risk venturing above ground at night, an act of desperation, a gamble of life against the stars. When dust becomes a shield. In the harsh realities of the wild, running is often futile for small creatures. So the Pink Fairy doesn't run, it melts. If caught by a predator, it will rapidly dig itself into the sand, leaving no visible trace behind. In seconds, it becomes one with the earth again, hidden, safe, uncatchable. It is not speed that saves it. It is surrender, a surrender to the elements that shaped it. The dust is its ally, the ground is its armor, the silence is its shield. And so, PetNomaderz, beneath every footprint you leave across these ancient deserts, there might lie a castle of dust, a kingdom of tunnels, a dream carefully carved by paws too soft for battle, but too stubborn for extinction. The Pink Fairy. Armadillo reminds us, sometimes, building quietly beneath the chaos is the greatest form of resilience. Not all disappearances are loud. Some happen quietly, beneath boots, beneath bulldozers, beneath blind ambition. The Pink Fairy Armadillo, once more common across Argentina's grasslands, is slipping through our fingers like so many grains of forgotten dust, and most of the world never even knew it was there. The silent crisis. Unlike tigers or rhinos, the Pink Fairy has no global conservation campaigns, no viral posters, no celebrity sponsors. Its battle is fought in silence, far from cameras and headlines. Habitat loss from agriculture, land fragmentation due to development, predation by introduced species like cats and dogs. Each plowed field, each paved road, shrinks its hidden world a little more. And being creatures of delicate balance, the Pink Fairies have nowhere else to go. They cannot adapt to city parks. They cannot live in crowded reserves. They are creatures of untouched earth, and untouched earth is vanishing. A study in frustration. Scientists trying to study the Pink Fairy Armadillo face heartbreaking obstacles. Captivity often stresses them to death, Surface encounters are rare and fleeting. Tracking devices interfere with their delicate physiology. In a cruel irony, the very traits that make them so magical, their secrecy, their fragility, their sensitivity, also make them nearly impossible to protect. You cannot save what you cannot find. You cannot heal what cannot be held. A myth fading back into legend. Local farmers and ranchers once spoke of them casually. Today, most younger generations have never seen one. Stories become rumors. Rumors become myths. The Pink Fairy slips back into the realm of dreams, where all beautiful, untouchable things eventually return. Unless we remember, unless we act, unless we believe that even the smallest miracles deserve a place to exist. Some creatures roar across history, others whisper. The Pink Fairy Armadillo belongs to the second kind, a legend so soft, so unlikely, that it feels more like folklore than fact. And yet, beneath the dust, it breathes. Whispers of the old ones. Long before scientists gave it Latin names and catalog entries, the indigenous peoples of Argentina knew of the Pink Fairy. They spoke of it as a spirit animal, a bringer of dreams, a guardian of underground rivers, a symbol of fragility surviving against odds. They believed spotting one meant good fortune, or a call to protect what is hidden and precious. The tiniest echo in culture. While the Pink Fairy hasn't starred in blockbuster movies or children's cartoons, it holds a strange magnetic pull among those who stumble across its existence. Artists paint it as a symbol of innocence, untouched by corruption, nature's finest hidden work. A reminder that true beauty rarely shouts. In the hidden corners of art, poetry, and whispered conversation, the Pink Fairy Armadillo lives on. Half myth, half memory. The rarity of true wonder. In a world flooded by images, tweets, and noise, it's easy to forget that real wonder still hides in places unseen. That not all miracles fit inside smartphone screens. That some magic still requires patience, humility, and faith. The Pink Fairy reminds us, some treasures are not meant to be chased. They are meant to be respected, and when blessed enough to glimpse them, cherished. Not all heroes wield swords, not all survivors raise banners. Some burrow quietly through adversity, building soft kingdoms beneath the oblivious feet of giants. The Pink Fairy Armadillo, in its tiny, stubborn existence, teaches lessons the loud world forgot. 1. Strength is found in softness. The Pink Fairy doesn't crush, doesn't fight, doesn't conquer. It builds. It adapts. It yields, without surrendering. Its strength lies not in resisting the earth, but in becoming one with it. In a time obsessed with dominance, it shows another way. The way of the tender, the way of the silent builders. 2. Survival is an art, not a war. Survival isn't always about being the strongest. Sometimes survival is about being the softest, the most adaptable, the least visible. The Pink Fairy doesn't roar for attention. It doesn't trample for space. It carves its life between the cracks, sustained by dreams and dust. 3. True beauty often remains unseen. The world tends to reward loudness, flashiness, visibility. But the Pink Fairy reminds us, not everything precious demands an audience. Some miracles blossom quietly. Some dreams are stitched into the soil itself. And maybe we would do well to listen more carefully to the ground beneath our feet. Final reflections. PetNomaderz, you came searching for a strange creature. But maybe you found a forgotten part of yourself. The part willing to build quietly. The part that doesn't need to shout to feel alive. The part still capable of believing in invisible beauty. And maybe the Pink Fairy Armadillo isn't just a hidden animal. Maybe it's a map back to the parts of the world, and ourselves, still worth protecting. So dig gently, move softly, and wherever you go, carry the hidden heart of wonder with you.
PetNomads, where the wild whispers and the unseen comes to life.